Right, workshop update video then. We've not done one for a long time.
Yes.
Can't remember when.
That amount.
Yeah, that many. I don't go fishing, but that long. So yeah, there's a lot going on here at the moment. This isn't going to be a video where we show progression through the project or anything. This is just a workshop update video to show you what we've got in at the moment, what we're doing with things. I should probably go and research a few things quickly to see what we're doing, but given the time constraints we have, we probably won't, and I'll make it up as we go along.
You already know you haven't.
Yeah, I know, because we've filmed
up.
everything else and not this bit, haven't we?
Yeah, it's fine.
Obviously we're looking to get back into our workshop update videos to fill you guys in on what's happening with projects, etc. So this will sort of be a fresh start to them, and then we'll do another one with progression of these projects and things like that again. Before we go into the engine bay though, you've got something to show people, because I've just picked up a Range Rover with a donor engine in for our core material, another 4.6 for our shelves. But obviously you've got lots of spares that can be sold off of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right, so
I'll go and have a look at those.
Do some emails and you go over there then.
Alright, in a bit.
Right, well here is said Range Rover, and those that know us will realise I'm Ian, not Steve. I think he's gone a bit voice shy on the camera. So, interestingly, I just opened the bonnet on this to get the paint code for you all, and under paint code there is nothing, but it's a special vehicles badge, so might just look into this and see what it was all about. But eyes off the engine, that's for our core material. Everything else under here and on the vehicle is available though, so all your normal items under the engine bay, ABS pump, obviously accumulators, we always advise to go new on them, air suspension box, the valve block, and the air pump, obviously they're ready for reconditioning, new seals and everything if you want to go that route. And then, like I say, I was going to get the colour code and everything of the car, but I can't, so it's kind of a blackish car. I don't know, I'm not a painter. It's got the latest spec lights on, obviously with the clear indicators. Inside, I think they call it the sandstone leather with black piping. It's also just got very wet, it's now raining. It's also got the sat-nav screen in there. It's missing the knob, but things seem to work, although I haven't actually activated navigation to go anywhere. Pretty much because you can't at the moment due COVID. So yeah, I'm gonna jump in here and do the window up and drive this around the back, because it is tipping it down. The windscreen wipers work as well. We'll go on to the next bit then. Engine building bay then. Very busy in here, as always. This engine, I think we have shown this engine before. Unfortunately, due to COVID, the workshop this was going to be going to shut down for obvious reasons, and it was right for those to do so. This is leaving us now. They're back open and keen to get this installed, so we're now going to pack this up and get it shipped off to them for the Defender it's going into. Specs on this is a 4.6. I think it was a standard engine, I forget now. Build spec should be up here somewhere, unless we've pulled it down because we've already exceeded the limit on the wall, which we have. 4.6 hot wire fuel injection, full turnkey engine from us though, with Piper cam. This engine is from a Defender 90 50th anniversary. You can tell that straight away because it's got the NAS spec timing cover, which is all there ready for a distributor but not with a distributor, so it's wider than the original Gems one, deeper. This is customer's original bottom end. It's actually a workshop local to us, and we've done cam crank bearings throughout, some mains and big ends. We've done cylinder heads. Again, I should have looked at the spec on this. I think we went stage 1 cylinder heads and a Piper 270 camshaft. Obviously, we've also done aesthetics on this, so it's had powder coated plenum chamber, trumpet base, inlet manifold, fuel rail, rocker covers, bracketry. We've painted up the front ancillary brackets with an aluminium 2K paint. So this is now complete, ready to go off to the customer. The ECU's been remapped, and obviously it's had magna core leads installed. His car's actually currently having a fresh chassis fitted, so that's going on there. I'm going off memory here because I did discuss with Holly. This is a 4.6 being built up for a Discovery 2, which will be coming in for us to install. The car's not here. I think the car's actually in the paint shop at the moment being painted, so that'll be a nice one coming over. Nice to see people spending money on sort of doing Discovery 2s up now. They're becoming quite popular, which is quite good because we're now going to advertise one.
How weirdly relevant.
4.6 in it. Yeah, that's weirdly linked into that. This is an engine for a P38 Range Rover. He's doing a full restoration on the car. He's such a member of the Range Rover P38 group on Facebook that we're group in that group for as well. So it's 4.6 stage 3 heads, Piper camshaft to match. There'll be a ported intake manifold on here and trumpet base to match the cylinder heads. The block and the heads have actually been painted in an aluminium paint as well, as long with the timing cover. The customer supplied us a lot of parts sort of pre-painted, blackenized heads. I think I've said that right. Blackenized heads on a lot of the bolts. A lot of like sump bolts and things have all been spec'd brand new. Just for his build, that's how it's going to be, because the build is that kind of specification across the entire car. This one is, Holly did tell me, this is for the red MG that we posted pictures of end of last week, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's real smooth.
You should know, you hit the button.
It's in the future or the past.
No, you did it.
Yeah, I did.
You did. The pictures went up on Facebook, trust me.
They did.
So this is the 3.9 stage 3 engine, Piper 285 camshaft. The engine's now been removed from the car. We'll go to the workshop after this bit to show you all the cars that are in the workshop. So Holly's now assembling that. I think he's just waiting for the timing cover and everything. Because what he does when he builds them up, which is why these rockers are loose on here, is he'll build the engine up to a long engine like this. Timing cover goes on, oil pump and oil filter, and then he'll prime the oil way. So he'll pump oil into the oil way here on this head and keep pumping it in until it appears from the oil way on this head, meaning that the galleries are full and all of the oil ways here as well. Obviously you have to do it with lifters in, but you can't do that until he's got timing covers on. So just because these are the rockers are being used on this engine, they're sort of loosely bolted on, so it just stays with the engine. This is a 3.9 stage 1 engine, which is going into a Defender 90 off-roader, which is here with us. Again, this is another one that was kind of put on hold due COVID. The customer just emailed us. We had this engine built up just prior. We were then about to install it in the car. Customer emailed said look, my businesses have just been closed for the duration unknown at the moment. We had contact with the customer throughout though, so we've just had word that we should be able to start installation in July. Obviously it was quite nice that the customer said to us, look, just hold fire, hopefully you've got some other work to be getting on with, and thankfully we did. So we put this on the back burner, but that will now be getting installed into the 90. This engine behind us is one that's featured in lots of our videos because it's one for one of our own cars, which we've just don't get round to working on, but I have now pretty much finished a pair of Merlin cylinder heads for it. So yeah, this is 4.6, but we're building at quite high compression with Merlin heads and a different camshaft just to get some data and have some fun in a Range Rover without turbos, because then we'll be having turbo fun on another Range Rover. Yeah. So that's that, and then behind there is a load more blocks, 3 more blocks and some cylinder heads for other engines that Holly's got to build. And behind you, Steve, is crankshafts and cylinder heads and rocker shafts that Holly's now building up. So yeah, lots going on in the engine building bay. So much so that I've now ordered a load of metal to organise racking so we can better organise the pre-building of parts, all the materials that come in. Yeah, rather than our current storage area, we're upgrading vertically. Now you're smiling.
You can't see the face that I'm pulling behind the camera.
Yeah, you were laughing. I'm sure you were. Shall we go and workshop and out the front in the sunshine and?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, cool. cars then. Got some in the workshop to show you after these ones out front. This gorgeous P5B. It's come in, customers obviously fully restored the vehicle, had a 3.5 engine built up using some parts from another supplier and a different engine builder, and burnt oil like there's no tomorrow and knocked as well, so we're stripping that down, a bit of interrogation on that, but also we're building up a 3.5 stage 1 engine for this. Don't trip over that material there while you're coming along, Steve. That's
I'll do my best.
More stuff for machining. This 50th anniversary Defender 90 come in just for a sort of general tune-up / check over, and more aesthetics under the bonnet. So we've done a lot of powder coating under this, much the same as the 50th anniversary we saw in the engine building bay. This is a 4.6 in here.
No, it isn't.
Well, it is.
Well, it says 4 litre on it.
Yeah, that's where I messed up, because we sent everything off for powder coating for both engines, and then when we got it all back, I thought, hang on, this is a 4.6. So we've sent some more away for powder coating, and we'll refit it, but for now at least we can get the engine set up, running, everything nice and smooth. So the engine's an engine we installed a few years back, but the customer wanted to just tidy things up under the engine bay, so Steve's worked his magic under here and done a really nice job. So I'm just going to do a few miles on this, and then when the 4.6 Plenum turns up, it'll be finished. This Westfield's been off the road for a few years now. Had running issues, was on a Holly carburetor, stock ignition system, so we've fitted a full RPI ignition kit and an Edelbrock carburetor, and we're now getting ready for an MOT. We've discovered where the chassis number is. Steve did some Googling on that, and that's all now ready for running down to the MOT station. I like these, especially this time of the year.
Yeah, you've got grip.
And then this Defender 90, again, came into us a year and a half ago for a camshaft change. I think we Piper Torque Max or 270, I forget now, I'd have to have a look at the spec. I think it's a Torque Max. This guy does a bit of off-roading in it, as you can see by the same coloured material that my Range Rover gets covered in, dirt. So this has got coolant loss issues, no exterior losses can be seen. We've covered radiator, the customer decided to go for a nice alley one, just why not, as we're there, let's do it properly. We're now going to build up a 3.9 with stage 3 heads, but retaining the Piper Torque Max camshaft. This customer's not looking for top end power, wants really nice usable power throughout the entire rev range, so we're going to give it the stage 3 heads to allow it to breathe far better throughout, but the Torque Max camshaft will retain that bottom end grunt. So this will be coming out imminently. However, this engine was not any of what we saw in Holly's engine building bay, because we haven't got round to doing anything for this one yet, because it's all just queued up.
The list is that long.
The list is that long. The P5 engine, the 3.5, was one of the ones on the cardboard in Holly's room that's not on the racking yet, because we haven't had time to build the racking. So yeah, hot wire fuel injection in here. It's obviously a retrofit. This is a speed transducer that we installed so the ECU can actually get its speed input signal, which is one thing that a lot of people forget when they're doing a hot wire installation in another vehicle, be it a kit car, Defender, etc. The other thing generally people forget is the resistor to tell it that it's got a manual gearbox, or wiring the ECU into the auto gearbox so it knows if it's in a neutral gear, being neutral or park, or a drive gear, such as drive or reverse. All helps with idle speed. So yeah, that's that. We best head in there now.
Yeah, but there's more.
Because there's more.
There's always more.
Right, this P6 our followers will recognise. P6 with a 4.6. I think it was stage 1 heads from memory. I really should have looked a lot of this stuff up beforehand rather than going from memory, shouldn't I?
Yeah, but we're here now, so we'll carry on.
This is what we're up to, yeah. Originally had an LT77 gearbox. We're now actually installing a Mazda 5-speed. So there's no kit available for this car, but as we know, it's a gearbox that lends itself to 2-wheel drive cars, and it's nice and narrow, so it lends itself really well. Unfortunately not narrow enough to avoid the reverse switch. We're just seeing if we can get something a bit slimmer for that. Failing that, we might have to talk to the customer just about modifying the transmission tunnel, only very slightly. It's not a lot in it, but it's just a little bit too tight at the moment. Gear stick location is almost perfect. I think we're just going to have to dogleg the gear lever forwards a few mil, which is fine. I've been looking around, and you can dogleg up to about 40 millimeters without it giving a bad feel, but we haven't got to go that far on this. So we now need to measure up for prop shaft length and also make a gearbox mount. So we'll obviously pick up off original mounts that are on this car and then go from there. So yeah, the 4.6 does produce a lot of torque, which this gearbox isn't rated to from the book or factory. However, there's a lot of people racing Mazda MX-5s with over 300 brake, which means relatively equal torque figures, probably 270 to 300 foot-pound of torque. If you're running that kind of brake horsepower, the horsepower is calculated off torque, so directly linked. So we've done this in front of a couple of 4.6s now without any issue. Obviously it is subjective to how you drive the car. If you're going to be launching it at a drag racing strip on super sticky tyres and tarmac, then obviously the transmission isn't going to hold up to that. But in terms of normal driving, applying power in a normal manner and a spirited manner occasionally and every now and again, then the gearbox, they've held up fine and no issues or concerns whatsoever at the moment. So that's what this is in for. It's going to be for a little while, obviously, because we will be waiting for a prop shaft, fabricating certain bits and bobs. At the moment, this is just a dry install. There's not a clutch in there yet, just to weigh up the odds. Should we cut and then go over there?
Yeah, why not?
One of these, Steve.
One of them. You like these?
I like these. Yeah. Customer's going to have to wrestle the keys off me again for this one.
Yeah, I'll start getting the pole ready so you can keep away.
So, obviously Sebring kit on this VGT. We've removed the engine already. Yeah, customer actually sent the car down with the engine in, just loosely fitted, no heads or anything. He'd already stripped the engine down and diagnosed enough faults that he decided that he wanted an RPI engine. This is what we saw in the engine building bay. The 3.9 stage 3 is going in here. And Steve's quite literally just at this second removed the engine and started stripping it down for the ancillaries for Holly to build up onto it, and has just advised me that the gearbox possibly needs attention. There's a lot of free play on the input shaft, so the owner of this car, I've got an email to send him about a couple of other bits, and obviously I'll include that. However, if this video goes out first, I'm sure he'll email me about that. So yeah, this will I think it'll be quite a good, fun little car with stage 3.9 in it.
We'll soon find out.
Yeah. Well, you won't, because you
I
can't
won't.
video it inside.
I'll sit on the roof, it's fine.
Oh, you put a tow bar and a trailer on it, you could film from
Yeah.
there.
A rope and a bicycle, that'll do.
I heard you were a keen cyclist and you'd be able to keep up.
No.
No? Okay. Right, so that concludes this video. It is very much just a workshop update, no kind of progression through the cars. It was just to show what we've got in here at the moment, because we've not done a workshop update for a very long time. So that's that. MG.